Welcome back, folks. So this is what's going on right here, right? Now we are looking at open interest going to the upside with the price action trending to the downside, guys. Essentially, this means that this breakdown could be real, happening today itself, guys. Now, yesterday's video was all about the fact that how we could be bouncing off of this level and staying above $32,500 levels for the rest of the week. But nope. Essentially, guys, that point of confirmation was this region right here for you, which was going to be $33,250 levels. Once we started to close 4-hour candles above that price point, your targets to the upside were aligning with $36,000 Bitcoin. But rejecting this one essentially meant that nope, you got no buying interest whatsoever on these levels, and we could be potentially pushing to the downside, and we can pretty much see the conclusion out of yesterday's price action continuing to the downside, guys. Now, if we start ticking below this one, if we all right, I guess most of the exchanges have already wicked below the previous low. Yeah, guys, we don't have any liquidity standing on these levels, which is why most likely the price action would be following up with these levels and ultimately coming down on these levels, right? And guys, essentially, as we come close to the weekend itself, we could be looking at some crazy stuff, right? All right, okay, I should I do that right off? All right, let's do it. So BTC USDT on the weekly time frame real quick. Let's get that up. Let's see what's going on. Not the Bollinger Band, but I would be, yep, we don't have the guppy going on right here, so let's jump on to Super Guppy. Do we have Super Guppy in the house? Yep, there we go. Weekly guppy, guys, let's check that out. Yeah, so we're gonna be aligning the lower side targets towards your weekly lower side guppy, right, which is going to be somewhere alongside your $30,500 levels. So let's see which of these supports are aligning. This one is aligning with $30,500 levels, so essentially that means that once we start closing 4-hour candles below $31,500 levels, managing your risk on this point right here, the previous candle rejection could be, all right, let me just demarcate this one with the red one right here. So essentially that could be a stop loss, and you could be going on for a continuation trade all the way towards $30,500 levels, guys. This is aligning with the lower side guppy perfectly fine. So this is how multiple areas of confluences are telling us that $30,500 levels would be held in the first and the foremost pass. Now, essentially, judging by the momentum right here, this is looking strong, guys, to be honest with you. This rejection right here from this one, just coming back down onto these levels immediately off of these levels, is not a good price action. If you want to see any bottom under formulation, this is not what you look for, guys. And we are confirming this one with the open interest rising as the price action is coming down. Essentially, new positions are being put into the market for a potential break of this floor right here. Now, all of this entire price action thesis would be invalidated if we start trending above $32,000 levels back again, $32,250 levels. You see, guys, how the ranges are squeezing, right? And it's getting difficult to just pinpoint these targeted moves to the downside or the upside. But for this little squeeze right here, we have this perfect 4-hour rejection coming right on to the $32,000 levels, right? So we do not want BTC to start trending above $30,000 levels if we want that short-sighted bias, that bearish bias to play out to the downside, right? Essentially, I'll be targeting towards $30,500 levels. Judging by the price action, this is weakness, guys. This is complete weakness. Although, yes, we still have chances that we bounce from this lower side support back again on this exact moment, which is why, guys, this is your invalidation right here. Once we start ticking above $30,000 levels, most likely Bitcoin will be chopping the hell out of everybody once again, trying to have a trendless behavior back onto these levels, and then maybe down the line decide for another breakdown move coming back all the way towards these price points, right? Now, essentially, guys, this is the point of confluence that I am looking for. If you just simply invert the chart right here, guys, weekly closing in such posture is not going to look nice, to be honest with you. This is not going to look nice from any stupid angle, guys. Whatever kind of flippy or inverted price action that you want to see, this is not looking good, and weekly will continue the trend to the downside. Weekly RSI will push the trend even down further. TSI down, everything is down, guys. Look, everything is downtrending right here. But still, guys, judging by how the volatility is not there in the market, I would not be hoping for those crazy 30-40% breakdowns, right? Although altcoins, yep, if you apply the same kind of thesis from your Binance long and short exposure in the market, the open interest data, and then you just then maybe you try to encapsulate the BTC's price action, and then you check out that altcoin against BTC itself. If everything is landing bearish, most likely that shitcoin is going to go to shit. Most likely it will go down by 50-60%, guys. If Bitcoin loses $30,500 levels, right, that could be initiating a lot of things in the crypto market, and things could actually start looking around. And look, I mean, things could start flipping around for good, guys. But until then, the small time frame analysis stays to be that once you start trending above $30,000 levels, your down move will be cancelled out. At least in the immediate short time frame, your downtrend would not be existent anymore, right? Okay, guys, so I wanted to talk to you guys about Ethereum and follow up with yesterday's analysis as to whatever is going on in the market right here. All right, there you go, paper trading. Paper trading for you guys right here. This is Ethereum perpetual contract. I want to jump into ETH USDT real quick on Binance and see for you guys. And you can see, guys, this video is just completely unprepared. I'm just like I'm trying to do some impromptu in front of you guys today, I guess. So what was I talking about? Let me just take away this guppy, guys. Guppy could just bring about more confusion, although it is solving out a lot of things, can't deny that. So yesterday I was talking about how we could start trending above 2050, and that could mean that Ethereum's trend could start reversing, and this entire reason could be your bear trap. Now essentially, guys, that did not happen. We did not see any 4-hour candle closing above your 4-hour 21 SMA itself. Crazy how it works. We did have this little bull bull traps. We did have this little bull trap going on all the way towards these price point, but we never negated this structure, guys. We never started to trend above the 21 exponential on the 4-hour time frame itself, and this massive gigantic piece of fuck off rejection coming from these levels meant that the price action is supposed to go down. And well, now we can talk about a potential retest of $1,700 levels coming today itself, most likely, guys. Volatility expanding from zero reads. All right, now this is a crazy signature coming from the historical volatility index itself, and well, this signature is not going to be a standalone indication as to the market is going to do something crazy from these levels. But essentially, guys, the volatility likes to expand from zero reads. On the 4-hour time frame, the volatility is nothing right now. So if the market starts picking up a direction from these price points, that direction will be sustained, and Bitcoin, Ethereum, every crypto asset is telling us that this trend is most likely going to continue to the downside, guys, to the downside. All right, now one more thing I'm going to tell all of you guys right here. Don't pick sides, okay? Do not pick sides. Always look at the market from a neutral perspective. That is how you'll go. That is the only way how you'll be deriving your objectively driven targets, right? That is how essentially you will be making money in the market. If you pick sides, if you just choose a side and then you fight against the market for that side to win, then most likely you'll end up giving away money to the market rather than making money from the market. So always look at these assets from a neutral perspective, not bearish, not bullish. Just look at the data in front of you, and as of now the data is telling us that the price action is bearish, and anything that retraces, guys, anything that retraces all the way towards these levels, as far as we are rejecting $2,000 levels on a 4-hour closing basis, the trend is down. Right now, if you were emotionally invested, let's just imagine if you were emotionally invested into Ethereum long exposure. For example, you have 100 Ethereum long exposure going on in the market right now, guys, your decision making will be hugely influenced by your exposure, by your market exposure. So essentially, guys, building these kind of good habits is kind of essential in your trading career. Right now, you don't want to look at these markets as a perma bull or as a perma bear. Have that neutral perspective going on, so that you don't get lost. Right, you don't get lost just because of your own market exposure. You don't want that to happen. Before taking any market exposure, see the facts and figures and evaluate the situation perfectly fine. And once you take that position, the first thing that you got to do is accept that goddamn loss if your position is going to go to shit, right? For that matter, for any stop hunt or any stop loss for that matter, if that happens to you, you have to accept it before taking the trade. Guys, after jumping onto a trade, you can't do anything about it, right? You can't do anything about it. Now, one more thing which I want to tell you guys. Now, there's all right, let's try to do this. Okay. Rock climbing. A little fun for you guys. All right. So let's assume that Okay, that's kind of scary, to be honest with you. All right, this is a perfect example right here. So let's assume that you are doing you're going to go for a rock climbing endeavor in your life, right? You want to just climb the peak right here. So essentially what happens is that when you start climbing up the rock, all of your preparations were done beforehand, guys. Before jumping on, before putting on that harness in your waist, all of your preparations were done before that. Before you start climbing the rock, you are set. All right, your mindset and everything is perfectly balanced, and you know your risk. And this is not the point to panic. If you panic onto these points, when you are climbing the goddamn mountain, everything is going to go to shit, guys. What do you have right here? You don't have any support. So imagine this situation with your trading behavior, right? Now to think about, just think about all that risk and everything that could go wrong while you are in the trade, is kind of like this situation right here. It's kind of like panicking right when you have just almost climbed everything, and when you look down, there is absolutely nothing down there, right? And you start panicking onto these levels. Guys, this is what panic selling is like. Nobody is evaluating the risk before jumping into the trade, right? Nobody is trying to evaluate things like a rock climber. So essentially, don't be a goddamn rock climber for that matter. I think that's pretty risky, even more risky than trading itself. But yeah, for sure, guys, you have to evaluate and accept the risk before jumping on to any position for that matter. I hope that's clear to you guys. And look, guys, I am almost certain that I was not able to convey this message with the intensity and the energy that I really wanted to tell to you guys about. But I hope it makes sense to you, right? I hope these things get hardwired in your brains so that you don't panic and you accept the risks before jumping onto any position, and you don't chicken out in between, guys. You don't chicken out like in and out, literally 5 minute time frame, in out. This is REKT behavior. Don't go for REKT behaviors, right? Don't do that. All right, guys, with this thought, I'm gonna wind this video up. All right, let's do this real quick, guys. So Ethereum breaking below this one will lead the price action all the way towards 1750, the range low, guys, and you know the deal right here. The support is being tested for the 4th time, and I don't think it's a good thing. If a support is being tested again and again with a series of highs that are significantly lower than the previous highs, I think that calls for the fact that this support right here is not essentially that strengthful, guys. So most likely your trending direction, your trending bias and everything will be dependent on how Bitcoin reacts onto $30,000 levels, and most of the market is going to react according to what Bitcoin and Ethereum does, right? Now essentially, guys, I'm not talking about NFT space. NFT space is functioning on its own freaking dimension, guys. Where the heck is Axie? Where the heck is this one? Alright, guys, this is still trending against the 4R21 simple. Although I do feel that this is quite overextended now. Holy shit, this is quite extended. So essentially, guys, on Axie itself, you know the deal. Once we start trending below the 4R21 exponential itself, that could cause for turbulence, and that could essentially cause for a little correction back down on the mean levels. Now the mean levels for this time is going to be first 25 and it's going to be 20, guys. I'm just going to be talking about psychological supports in an exponential trend to the upside, because just trying to pinpoint the exact tops and bottom when the train is moving goddamn fast is not a good thing, guys. If you're still trying to catch bottoms and tops in this trend, that's a REKT behavior. Don't go for REKT behaviors in life. Alright, alright, guys, enough of rant for the day. I'm gonna catch all of you in the next video pretty soon. Bye for now.